Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another podcast episode. My name is Alicia Gogan, the host of the Globe Seekers podcast, where I help you expand your mind and become more self-aware so that you can glow up into the best version of yourself. Hello, happy, for me, Sunday for you if you're listening to this right when it drops on Monday. How are we doing? The sun is out once again, which means my mood is top notch, okay? I am having such a spring-themed weekend. I just dropped a new video on my main channel. If you are interested in seeing what I'm doing with my life, then go over there. Definitely. Actually, I'll link it down below. The vlog, but we did lots of decluttering, we organized, we brought out some new self-care products for spring, and I also showed you guys how I make my mood boards, and I gave you all a template as well. So I am just feeling in the spring vibes. If you guys are watching on YouTube right now, I'm kind of in my like athleisure era. It's so funny because somebody had commented on one of my videos recently, and I think it was my main channel, and she was like, I freaking love you. I live in Toronto, like hope to run into you. But if I hear an influencer say era one more time, I am going to go insane. And I feel you. Listen, imagine just being an influencer, okay? Or a podcaster, whatever you want to call me, content creator, whatever. And having to speak for a living. And on top of that, go back and edit so much of your content. Trust me, it's annoying. I know. I'm sorry. But I love it. I love the eras. So anyways, we have a few things to talk about today. The main thing we're going to be talking about is how to enjoy the process of creating your dream life, because we're all on this pursuit, okay? And I think one of the most crucial things to do is to learn how to enjoy the process, because at the end of the day, you're in the process. We're always in the process of creating our dream lives. And I think recently with the podcasts, we have this like raising our vibrations series going on right now. And I have been stressing the importance of positive thinking and then just enjoying the process and just no longer waking up every day feeling like life is crap. And I want to talk about it today. I need to say one thing though before we get into it, which is we hit over 1 million downloads on Spotify and Apple, okay, for the podcast. If you guys are watching on YouTube and you don't know, my podcast is available audio version on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcast, like audio version. And I actually started this podcast way before the YouTube channel. So just know that there is way more episodes that are just not on YouTube, because I only started recording the visuals beginning of January of 2023, I believe. I think if my math is correct. So anyways, I just wanted to say a huge thank you, a huge shout out to everyone. And also, we have 23K subscribers on the YouTube channel. If you guys are listening to audio, like we're growing over here as well. And I believe we have about 47K following just alone on Spotify. And the reason why I'm bringing out these numbers is not really like a flex, because whatever, it is what it is. It's great numbers, yeah. It's more about the fact that there are so many of you guys on the process of glowing up, becoming the best versions of yourselves, healing, just working on yourselves. I just wanted to say that and just, I guess, show you guys in a way that you are not alone. You are not alone on this process. There is so many of you who are just so committed, and it's a reflection of this number, I should say, is a reflection of the work that you guys are putting in week after week, month after month, year after freaking year at this point with this podcast. You guys are committing, you're showing up, you're working on yourselves, you're doing the damn thing. So I'm just really proud of all of you guys, because that's how I look at those numbers. It's not necessarily about me. Like, partly, yes, I know you guys follow me and you like my advice and you want to, and you're inspired and motivated, this, that. But I just look at those numbers like, damn, like we're really all here doing it. So thank you guys so much, of course. And I'm really proud of you guys for just being on this journey, and we will continue to glow up from here. Okay, so let's talk about how you can enjoy the process of creating your dream life. And as I was thinking about this topic, I thought, you know what? We have to talk about the mindset first, okay? I'm going to share with you guys some of the things that I have been currently doing to enjoy the process more, but I think it really starts with a few mindset shifts, okay, when it comes to enjoying the process of creating your dream life. And the first thing is that you need to decide, okay? This is going to be a decision. You are going to have to actively decide that you want to enjoy the process. You are no longer in this sprint to the finish line. We know there's always going to be goals. We know the dream life is coming. We know there's just always going to be something. And we also know that it's not really that fun and enjoyable to constantly be just always thinking about the dream life and always thinking we're in the process, but like this energy of like not being present in the moment. We know that. And this is not to say that we drop our goals. We will always have goals. We will always want to work towards things. We will always be inspired and motivated, but it is time that you decide that, you know what? I'm going to wake up today and yes, I have goals and yes, I want to work on them, but I also want to be present today. I also want to find the beauty in the small things today. I also just want to decide today is going to be an easy day because I decided. I am going to decide to stop telling myself such a negative limiting belief story that I have about this thing that I really want or this life that I am clearly not pulling any sort of gratitude or enjoyment out of. I want to decide to feel good. I talked about this last week on, I don't even remember what the episode was. I'll link it down below, but talking about this decision to finally just feel good. Why? For two reasons. We want to feel good because we're sick and tired of feeling like crap, okay? We came through the hibernation season where spring is coming. We are awakening. It just feels good to feel good, okay? But also, if we are talking about building our dream life, law of attraction standpoint, and if you don't believe this, then all good. You don't have to, that's fine. But for me, like attracts like. If I'm going to bring in the dream life that I want, which is love, which is abundance, which is just enjoyment and just all this prosperous, amazing things, I got to be in that frequency. I got to be high vibe. I got to be enjoying the moment right now so I could become a match and to create more opportunities and bring in more opportunities and open doors for the universe to bring me what I want, bring me what I'm actually asking for. Okay? So it really is a decision. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you are so on autopilot with a lot of things. The thoughts that you think, the stories you tell yourself, your day-to-day habits, naturally, that's like a good thing, actually. Our bodies, our minds, our souls are really in this habitual process because it would take way too long for us to constantly be like being conscious about every step, every thought, everything that we do. But you have to also understand that sometimes you're looping in negative beliefs and going to the lack and always thinking about, oh no, it's not going to be easy or this can't happen or this, that. So when you are wanting to enjoy the process and romanticize your life, enjoy the moment and the just blessings of whatever it is that you have right now in your life, there is going to be a conscious effort on your part to really steer your in the positive light, the gratitude, looking at all of the great things that are currently happening in your life. There's going to have to be a conscious effort when you're laying in bed, when you wake up in the morning and you're deciding, I want to really enjoy the process of building my dream life and I want to think positively, this, that. It's not going to be automatic. So you have to become very aware of when your mind is going to the negative, bring her back, bring her back, bring her back. It's going to be a process. It's going to be a decision. I am deciding that I want to bring my negative focus to the positive. I am very aware that I am currently looping on that and I want to bring her to the positive until this becomes more of a positive cycle and you don't really have to like try so heavily. And something I like to do is when I find myself steering to the negative and coming up with stories about how hard things are going to be or just like witnessing the fact that I am obsessing over goals and I'm very much so like rushing to the finish line energy, I will like say out loud to myself, or you can even journal this, like, you know what? I am I see the fact that I want this goal over here, but I am deciding that I want to be in the present moment right now and I want to enjoy this thing. And what I mean, I like to say this out loud, is if I, like I just said, see or witness myself like ruminating on something, I will verbally say, no, we're not going there. Let me focus on the positive. I know that this is not going to get me anywhere. Focusing so heavily on goals I don't have yet, or rushing to the finish line, or coming up with all these scenarios and this, that, and the third. Like verbally saying out loud, or getting up and moving my energy somewhere else, or my focus on something else. It is going to be a deliberate you kind of steering yourself into the direction that you want. The next thing to allow you to enjoy the process of creating your dream life more is to stop depriving yourself of enjoyment, of the beautiful life that is yours currently. I think that this is a huge thing that I had to work on when it came to being somebody who was this hyper obsessed, focused on her goal, self-improvement girly who just wanted to just go. I never really allowed myself to enjoy the small things in life, and I would always deprive myself of just being happy. And now a lot of the reasons why we do this is because we are really, I guess this is a side note, when we are so obsessed with like dream life and goals and this, that, we're actually in a state of fight or flight. That's really what we are in. And there's a spectrum, of course. And I think like it's not like the worst thing to always like, want to have a drive to, get better and whatever. But I just think back in my life when I was really going through it, and I really I left no room for being happy and enjoying the moment and like just being present. I was in this energy because I just was not safe in my environment. I didn't like my environment. I wanted to get out of it. I was very unsafe. Like genuinely, I didn't have the best environment like around me. It was no wonder that I was so obsessed about getting out, dream life, goals. So on one hand, it's important that we create safety in our own lives, right? By, gratitude, obviously, if you have to like talk to people and get support and therapy and all these things, understand why you're so attached to this life outside of yours, which is so understandable that you might be, because my life was not the way that it is right now. I get that. But on the other hand, it's like finding small pockets of time to remind yourself, like, you know what? This is really kind of like a trauma response right now, that I'm not allowing myself to just be happy in this moment. And I am going to actively decide to be happy in this moment. I'm going to stop depriving myself, my young little self that wants to romanticize her life or wants to just make a Pinterest board this morning about spring because she's so excited to do that. And like, I'm going to actively decide to let her out in pockets of time. That's what I personally do. Now it takes steps, and it's a process, right? Because again, you have a huge part of you that's probably in this energy of like fight or flight, like get to the dream life, get to the goals, no happiness until you get it, this, that, and the third. But something I was also thinking about is like, we always think that we're going to be the happiest when we get our goals. And it's not to say that you technically won't, but you're never really going to be super happy when you constantly are moving through life where you don't allow yourself to feel any sort of joy right now. Because once you get that goal, there's going to be another thing. There's always going to be another thing, because the way that you're getting your goals is through fight or flight, is through a trauma response, is through I am not safe. Essentially, that's really what it is. So sometimes we think we're going to just be super happy when we get this goal in this life or whatever, but it's an active relearning. It's an active healing process. And the reason why I can now enjoy the things that I have in my life, it is based off of healing, realistically, is understanding like, I can let my inner child be happy today. I can allow myself to feel joy and happiness in this moment. I don't have to rush. There's no rush. There's no X, Y, and Z. So I just like to remind myself of that when I find myself like obsessing or depriving myself of just the small little joys in life, reminding myself, babe, this is just a little trauma response here. Okay. You are so much more safer than you were now. You were back then. And even if you aren't, okay, where can I find cues of safety? Gratitude really helps with that. I've talked about that in my past episodes, things of that nature. I know that's very general when we're talking about trauma, it can be way, way deeper than that. But I'm kind of just talking surface level right now. But genuinely finding the moments and being aware of when you deprive yourself of happiness, of joy, of the little small things, and allowing yourself to just enjoy. Now, the third thing that's really important when it comes to enjoying the process of creating your dream life, which is just being happy in the moment right now, really, is reminding yourself that there is no rush. Because realistically, what you're doing is you're rushing. You're rushing to the damn finish line. And it's like the only finish line that we have genuinely is when we pass on. And why are we running to that? You are always going to have goals. I promise you that. I promise you, you will always have goals. There's always going to be a next thing. So what is the point on rushing things? Now, in your mind, there's a part of you that sees a very big point as to why we should rush, because that part of you is feeling unsafe in your life. And it's like, no, nothing safe is here. I don't like this. This is da-da-da. So you have to do that active process of gratitude, of feeling safe, of, romanticizing the process a little bit as much as you can, enjoying things, stop being such a tyrant on yourself, doing that healing work, which you guys are doing, by the way. You guys are already doing it. But there is always going to be a mindset shift in terms of like reminding yourself in the moments that you do feel like you're rushing, there's no rush. And I want to read out a quote that I found on Pinterest that I think is just so perfect to what I was saying. And it reads, "Please make sure that wherever you're at in life, you don't treat it like a transitionary period. Don't waste your college years wishing to already be graduated and have a job. Don't waste your single years wishing for someone to be in love with. If and when those things come, they will come in due time and they will be good. But there's nothing like looking back and feeling empty because you wasted literal years ignoring what you had because you were hoping for something better. While it's important to better yourself and reach for your goals, don't neglect the present because that's where you are now, and it's your now that determines your future, which is so crucial, it's what I've been saying right now in this episode, but also last week, is like your now dictates your future, okay? So if you're constantly like, I'm so alone and oh my God, I really wish I was in a relationship and single me and woe is me and this, that, and life is crap and this, that. How do you think that you're going to get into a loving relationship when you're in that energy, right? How do you think that you are going to get more abundance in your life when you're looking in your life right now like, oh my God, I just can't wait to get out of this. This sucks. I'm so broke. Everything is crapping. This, that, and the third. How? And I'm saying that from genuine experience. I have been through it. I came up in life with no money, okay? Not a lot of resources. I'm not saying I was like the poorest of the poor, but we were poor, okay? If you look at my life circumstance, I was definitely did not have money, did not have help. I had a really crazy like life experience, and a lot of you guys can relate, okay? And I'm telling you, I had that mindset of like, everything is crap because everything was crap. Everything was crap, and we can honor that, and we can see that, and we can feel that, and we can grieve that. This is not about ever suppressing. You guys know I am so about that. But at the end of the day, how is it that we are going to get out of this circumstance if we are constantly in that energy of now is not okay? So find ways that you can enjoy this process. Stop looking at everything as such a transitionary period. You can believe and you can know that you are transitioning, that your goals are coming, your dreams are coming, your everything is coming. Have belief. Believe and know that's going to happen. I believe and trust that all my dreams are going to come to me. The relationship that I really, really want is going to come to me. The home, the everything, it's coming. But I have such a belief and a trust in that I can bring my focus to the present moment and really enjoy this process and feel the feelings and just enjoy every moment. Enjoy the singleness. Enjoy the fact that, yeah, I'm in this transitionary period. I live downtown Toronto, condo, amazing, beautiful, but I also want a home. But guess what? I'm not rushing. I'm good here. Gratitude for everything. And I'm telling you, even the life that I had way before this, I did the same process. And it's just outside of even getting goals and getting things in our lives, because not everything needs to be about getting things. You're here to live and experience life. Okay? Again, like, I no longer, and I think this comes with age, maybe, I don't know, but I just no longer, like, I'm sick and tired. I'm bored of constantly rushing. Like, I'm tired of running a marathon. And I'm pretty sure that you guys feel that tiredness sometimes of like rushing and transition and working and this, that. Relax. So I thought that was a really great quote. And obviously the last thing, it's not really a mindset shift, but it's more of a practical thing, is really start romanticizing your life. Really start thinking about the things that make you feel happy, joyful. You're enjoying the process. It's going to look so different for you than it is for me, but changing your mindset and then finally being like, what makes me feel alive today? What makes me feel excited? And this can be excited about your goals and your dream life, but genuinely, like, what makes you feel happy in your day to day? And is every day going to be perfect? No. Is every day like you're going to have all this time to romanticize your life? No. But you can find small little pockets of joy and fun in your life and curate that and let it brew and let it just manifest. And I think that that's what we've been doing. I've been talking about that even as far as when I told you guys, like, I'm starting my spiritual morning routines more. I'm lighting my incense. I'm pulling my tarot cards. I'm listening to Abraham Hicks videos. I'm reading books that are inspiring me. I'm creating mood boards. I'm listening to music, like everything that makes me feel good, I am doing it, okay? Even when it comes to content, whether that's podcast episodes or main channel YouTube videos, I'm just creating content that I'm inspired by and doing. I'm not forcing. And yes, sometimes, there is going to be a level of it's not forcing, but doing the things that don't feel like the most fun. But you can create a lot of fun even out of the things that are not the most enjoyable, I think. And I always bring it back to the example of working out. Yes, maybe working out is not the best, but first of all, choose the workouts that you really enjoy doing because you'll be more consistent. Do you have a curated playlist? Do you have workout sets that you feel really comfortable in? Do you have certain goals that really inspire you? Are you watching people who are doing the same thing or the same journey or the same glow up challenge or the same 75 hard challenge or whatever? We have so many resources, we really do, in this day and age where we can motivate and inspire ourselves. So here's a few questions that you can ask yourself to help you romanticize your life. And one of them, or actually two of them, would be, what would you be doing if you knew everything was working out for you? Or what would you not be thinking about if everything was working out? So, and this is just a good question to ask because I think that we're always obsessing over the thing that we don't have. But it's what would you be doing if you had your goals, if you had your dream man, if you had your dream career, if you things were currently working out with whatever project that you're working on right now? What would you be doing, right? And try and do more of those things. So let's say you're somebody who's always in this identity of the rejection state and it's single, can't find a man, super sad and lonely, which I get. Okay, I get it. It sucks sometimes, obviously. But if you had your dream man, let's say that that's what you really wanted. If you had your dream man, you probably wouldn't be stressing about not having a relationship. You probably wouldn't be, spending so much time maybe stressing about dating apps and, whatever. Your mind wouldn't be so consumed with a man because you would have had you would be having a great relationship. So what would you be doing instead? Or let's say, what if you had your dream career? You probably wouldn't be spending your whole entire day stressing about finding a new job. This is not to mean that you shouldn't be looking for a new job if that's what you obviously want, but there's a level of you stripping so much joy and so much happiness out of your life because you're so focused on the thing that you don't have. Another thing, if things were working out with your current project that you're building, let's say I always use this example, you're becoming a content creator, maybe on TikTok. Let's say you got all the views that you wanted. All your videos were going viral and all the things were happening, whatever. You probably wouldn't be switching up your content strategy all of the time or stressing about views or, oh, maybe I should start this project because this is not working, right? There's obviously a level of you knowing when to switch things up. But what would you be doing instead? So essentially the question is, what would you be doing if you weren't so hyper focused on all of the things that either weren't working out right now or the things that you do not have. And I think a few things would just be, in general, you would be thinking better thoughts. So obviously anything opposite of all the crappy things that are not working out right now, you'd probably be taking care of yourself more. You'd probably be pouring into yourself more, and you'd be having fun. So I just want to read out a few things that I'm currently doing to romanticize my life, just to maybe get you guys inspired. And with those questions, you can really ask yourself and curate some routines and some things in your life to add more joy and happiness into your life. Like I already said, I've been waking up with positive music and videos, good thoughts, like genuinely, like I'm so interested in thinking positive right now, and I'm so uninterested in feeling like shit, like genuinely. My spiritual morning routine has been something that's really just inspiring me and just making me super happy and just so present in life, and lots of gratitude in the morning. Also, I just created it's called Sunset House playlist on Spotify. If you guys have Spotify, go get this playlist. I created it. It'll be down below. I'll have it linked. This playlist gives Tulum house vibes. Okay. So if you like house music, but like Tulum, Mexico vibes, you will absolutely love that. And I've been playing that. That gets me in such a good vibe, good mood. Another thing I've been doing is curating a spring aesthetic Pinterest board, which I recently, like I just said, added that into a new YouTube video, and I made a desktop version of this spring mood board. So I am in complete new vibes, new energy, which you have to do. Like every season of your life, it's going to require you to do a little bit of a rebrand. So I think this is such a great time to do it if you're just like, you know what, I want to just be happy more. I want to like not always be so obsessed with my goals. Genuinely have like a day where you're curating a new playlist, making a new mood board, coming up with some new goals for the spring, but be careful with the coming up with the new goals thing, because of course this video is about enjoying the process. And actually that is why in that video, I didn't even tie any of my spring goals or summer goals to this mood board, which I usually do. Like when I make a mood board, I tend to create some goals for the quarter, and then I have the photos reflect what those goals are. But this era of mine, I just simply wanted to just be in a good energy and just be on Pinterest scrolling through like good photos that make me feel happy. So I actually didn't do that. So you can do the goals thing, but just obviously be careful. Not be careful, whatever. It's not that deep. Another thing is getting ready for the day, even if I don't really have anywhere to go. I think naturally with the sun coming out more, I don't know, I'm just so ready to just feel good. And getting ready for the day for me, and that's not even much. Like I'm not doing the most, but getting ready does shift your energy and shift your mood. And then I tend to be more motivated to do things in my life. Another thing that I've been really falling into is wellness mocktails. I'm drinking my electrolytes in the morning. I'm drinking my greens in the morning again. These are just things that I feel like, I guess when I'm talking about wellness mocktails and electrolytes, like green juice, all that kind of stuff, it just, to me, allows me to step into the identity of a health and wellness girl, which to me is like a romanticizing process. I don't know. So that's what I've been doing. Also doing the Glow Up Challenge, which is week 3 of the Glow Up Challenge, which again, there's just like a theme. There's something going on in life that's just fun. It's not this transitionary working on my goals, like gotta get to the finish line energy. It's like, what can I do to enjoy today, you know? Also creating content that I really enjoy. Like I said, I'm just super into only filming and creating content that I want to do. Also solo intentional date nights, just really being intentional with my time alone instead of every day being the same, and either having a themed weekend. Like even this weekend, this weekend was definitely like a spring themed weekend because I recorded and I did the mood board. I decluttered a bunch of stuff. I I pulled out new self-care, but I also went on like a girls' date with my friends, which we always tend to do in the spring and summertime. And we actually went to this place where we got to pour paint over these like little teddy bears. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, and it looks like drip paint. And I did hot pink and white. It was so cute, so stunning. It has to dry, and then we're gonna pick them up, and then I'm gonna probably have it on my podcast. This is my PR like cabinet really, and like self-care cabinet, but I'm gonna have it right on here so you guys will probably see. But just like having intention behind days to feel good, but not as this like goal, like end goal. Just, I guess the end goal can be you enjoying it, but I don't know. So that's what I've been doing currently to romanticize my life. Depending on the season that you're in right now, in your life, where you are, what you're doing, I just want you to think about how you can add some more joy and happiness in your life and slow down, okay? Overall message, slow down. There's no need to rush. And you know what? If you really believe that you are going to create the life of your dreams, you are going to hit your goals, which you should. You need to have belief in yourself that you're going to get to where you're at. If you can tell me through the freaking screen or the audio, if you can tell me that you believe that you're going to get your dream life, then you should be enjoying the process then, okay? Because somebody who believes that she's going to get everything she wants in her life, or a guy, wouldn't be stressing about whether they're going to get everything they want in their lives, right? And I always bring this back to becoming a YouTuber. When I decided I wanted to be a YouTuber, I said, you know what? I back myself. I think that what I have to say is great, and I think a lot of people are going to resonate with it, and I like what I'm saying online, and I believe and know that I'm going to grow. So I stopped attaching myself and stressing about any sort of numbers or when it was going to happen or time urgency. I said, it's happening, it's done. Let me bring my attention to the present moment, which meant becoming a YouTuber, stepping into the identity, waking up every day, working on my goals and creating content and recording. But it wasn't from this energy of like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? This sucks right now. I need to be a YouTuber right now. I'm not going to be happy until I get these views. Nope. That's not how I was. I was enjoying the process of creating, of speaking about the topics that I really loved, of connecting with you guys, also just like romanticizing my life outside of YouTube, like all that kind of stuff. And I do the same process with everything in my life now. And that's just how I move through life. Now you have to kind of reel yourself back in, maybe if you're having like a darker season in your life, which is normal, but remind yourself like, okay, if I say that I'm this girl who believes that she's going to get everything that she wants in her life, why am I stressing? It's already done. It's already done. Okay? This is the season of enjoying your life. We are all enjoying our lives. You have no choice if you're listening to this episode. If you guys have any specific questions regarding romanticizing your life or enjoying the process, please let me know in the comments down below or on Spotify. I pose a question and you can answer it. Or you can DM me on the Glow Up Secrets podcast Instagram. We have more videos coming up in regards to, I was going to say romanticizing your life. That's not what I meant. Raising your vibrations. I want to talk about health and wellness. What else? I already kind of told you guys what else we're going to talk about. So let me know anything and everything when it comes to these topics. I want to know. I'm creating content for you guys. And I just can't wait to see what spring and summer brings us. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, night, morning, whenever you're listening to this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.